Okay, what are we just doing fun stuff, or do you have, like, topic?
No, I don't have any
Because
topics.
I'm out of
We're gonna
material.
wing it.
Okay,
No,
I
I just
love
want
it.
let's just talk about Christmas because I love to
Okay, I
talk
love
about
it. I
Christmas.
love it.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast and Merry Christmas Eve. I was going to say Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve. It's Christmas
Oh,
Eve.
it's Christmas Eve. I love
Oh,
You
I
like
wonder.
Christmas Eve or Christmas Day better?
I,
Christmas
I
Okay, wait. Christmas Eve day or Christmas Day?
Christmas Eve.
You know, the day of
I
Christmas Eve.
right. I don't have really a preference. Probably Christmas Day because it's kind of the day.
Right.
It's like I
Totally.
mean, my birthday eve wouldn't be very exciting, but my birthday is much more exciting. So,
That's
well,
hilarious.
now thinking of that, why is Christmas Eve even a thing? Here would be my here's my idea on that.
Okay.
It's because the 2 families. Once you get married, then you've got his family and her family, and
Oh.
it's hard to go to his family's one day and then her family's house on the same day. It's just too much. So then I think maybe it just became a thing. Well, we'll go to your mom's on Christmas Eve and my mom's on Christmas Day, and then therefore it made Christmas Eve.
I want you to check into history and see that that's
Okay.
actually how it
In
happened.
my spare time, Abby, that's what I'm
I
gonna
want you
spend
to
my
do
time
that
doing. I'm gonna
because
research.
I wanna know if that's true. I love
I
Christmas
don't know.
Eve
I
day
just
because
made that up.
I think it's great. I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
But I like Christmas Eve day because it's the anticipation. Like, it's the excitement and, like, it's so exciting, like, tomorrow's it, you know? I also like Christmas Eve day because I don't have to cook quite as much.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get all the fun. But
Yeah.
anyway, so all that to say, everybody, happy, merry Christmas Eve day to you.
And we'll see how many people are actually even listening on Christmas Eve day. So,
While they're
I don't
making their appetizers. So I'm just gonna give my quick, homeschool mom Christmas tip.
do it.
If you're giving spelling did anybody do, like, your spelling lists or Christmas words? Because I am doing that. I did that. And every time I came to the word poinsettia or poinsettia, I don't know, how do you say it? Is it poinsettia or poinsettia?
Well, there's no Z in there. It's an S.
Poinsettia or poinsettia?
I say poinsettia.
I say I actually, now that you
Well,
say mention it,
apparently you just
I say
botch it all together, Abby.
poinsettia with a Z. Okay, we're on different sides of the country, but this is what I wanna tell you. I don't feel like that is a spelling word that our kids ever need to have on their spelling test. Did you ever actually write
No,
that word ever in your life? Have you written it?
I don't think so.
Clearly, I haven't because I say it
And
with
if
a Z.
and if I did, I would use spell checker for it.
Totally. So anyway, take that off your stress plate, moms. Don't worry about having your kids know how to spell that. You can send
Poinsettia.
me a
See, now
letter.
you're just
Yes,
calling it that instead of even calling it like the actual word that it is.
I know. But you guys can send me thank you notes. I'll put my address in the notes, and that just got off your plate. Your kids don't ever need to learn how to spell that.
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia.
Oh my word. What was the funny word that
Are you?
you
But we don't need to go
Oh.
there. Okay,
Oh my
we're
god.
back on Christmas.
Okay, back to
What is your
Christmas.
favorite Christmas cookie? I remember asking you this last year, and I'm the worst friend ever because I don't
Oh,
know. I remember this question last year.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So my favorite Christmas cookie
Chocolate chip cookies
yes, because why?
because they're just good and classic? Oh, can you believe I remember
No,
that? Oh, I don't remember
no.
the why.
You were right about chocolate chip, but not because they're good. It's because I
Oh,
like the dough. I don't want them
oh,
baked. I just wanna
yeah,
eat the dough.
totally, good call. Can you believe I remembered that from last year?
I'm impressed. It's
I
because 'cause
am
we're good
too.
friends, Abby.
It's totally that chocolate chip cookie dough is absolutely the best.
It's so good. I mean, I would actually just eat that for breakfast every day if I could, if I
If
didn't
you
think it would
put
kill me.
red food coloring in it or green, then they would be more of a Christmas cookie and a little more festive, just so
What?
you
No, because I think they would just turn brown, darker brown, wouldn't they? I mean, because they're already brown, so if you added red or green, it's not like it's gonna turn them I'm gonna try that this year. I'm
do
gonna
it,
see
do it, let's
because we
2
have our baking day, so this is one of my favorite things, is we have a couple of traditions in our family with our girls, and one of them is that we have an annual baking day,
Oh,
and it's so much fun. I love it. We love making a big mess out of the kitchen and, just baking, just
right, it's
random
the best.
things, and every year we find new things to make, and, um
Oh, you don't do the same cookies each year?
no, I mean, well, we always do chocolate chip.
Oh my goodness. You are hilarious.
'cause I wanna eat the
Is that
dough.
the only time of the year you make chocolate chip
Oh
cookies?
gosh, no. Oh, no, we make them throughout the whole year, but I mean, why would I waste the opportunity to make them again for Christmas time? And I have trained my girls well to eat the dough as well, and I am gonna say on the record, we have never gotten sick from
Hey,
eating
we
raw
haven't
eggs.
either. In fact, I don't know if I have ever met someone that has gotten salmonella from eating raw cookie dough.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's an old wives' tale.
I think they just said it because if we ate all the dough, there wouldn't be the cookies.
Kind of like if you make that face, it's gonna freeze that way.
Totally. And did you know they did not walk uphill both ways? That is also
Right, in the
a
snow,
lie from history.
barefoot.
Yes.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
so baking day is one of your favorite traditions. What else?
Yes, baking day, Christmas lights, of course.
Yeah.
Since we've been here in Georgia, there's a really neat place not too far from us, and it's called TMT Farms, and they have this spectacular Christmas light display. I
Oh,
mean,
is that the one that
it's a
goes with
drive-through
music?
thing.
And it goes with music.
Well, it part of it does, but it's gigantic, so the whole thing can't go to music because it is huge. It's this huge farm that you drive through, and it's free, and all you do is you take a bag full of canned goods and non-perishable foods, and you donate that, and then they donate that to the needy, which is amazing, and that is super fun. Um, baking day is like our big thing. Like, that's really the exciting thing, but also we decorate the day after Thanksgiving. We get cinnamon rolls and hot cocoa and get out Christmas
Oh,
decorations and,
I love that.
decorate stuff.
We always do that. The day after Thanksgiving, we always go and we cut down our Christmas tree every year, and
Oh, Abby, you just have to one up me, don't you?
I know, I'm sorry.
Just
But here,
kidding.
get this. This is a new thing this year. We have
Go ahead.
never, ever, ever in our history of our marriage and raising children purchased a Christmas tree. Like, we always just go out and chop one down. Well, this year, we got a puppy, which y'all can be praying for me because it's like having a baby
Oh my
with
goodness.
really sharp teeth that eats everything.
Oh, no.
And so we came home from Thanksgiving with a new puppy, and I was like, "I don't think I can go chop down a Christmas tree and have a new puppy," and because it's like a whole day thing, and I just wanted the house decorated when we got home. I wanted to come home to Christmas. So for the first time ever, we purchased from, like, one of those I didn't even know what they were. There was, like, a tree lot or something where there's, like, a whole bunch of trees that have already been chopped down
Oh,
by
yeah.
somebody else, and they, like, put them all together. Um it was really weird. We're like, "Y'all chopped these trees down and you stuck them in a parking lot." It was odd. Anyway, we got one of those,
Nice.
and I came home and I realized it's, like, perfect, like, out of a book, and I'm like, "Surely it didn't grow like this." Come to find out, they cut down trees and take them to parking lots, and then they shape them. They,
Really?
like, trim them down into, like, a Christmas tree shape. So, anyway,
Nice.
that is a new thing that we'll never do again because I'll never buy another puppy. But it was unique to 2020.
Not well, everything in 2020 has been
That's
different.
what I figured.
Everything. So why not the Christmas tree, right?
I know. Oh my goodness.
So
So that was
what other, traditions do you have in your family?
so always cutting down the Christmas tree. We do baking day. Um,
And so okay, wait, going back to baking day, do you always
yeah,
bake the exact same thing every year?
the same cookies that I baked with my grandma, my
Oh,
mom comes and bakes with my kids and I.
so
And they're like
fun.
cookies from like our Danish heritage. And I always wanna add like new things. And my daughter is like, "You can't do that. You have to keep the exact same cookies for 8,000 years." So, I get vetoed on that because I find all these really neat things on
Yeah,
Pinterest, like, that
right,
looks incredible, like an espresso chocolate chip cookie. What?
right.
And they're like, "No, you can't." So but
Yeah,
you
that
know what
doesn't
we've never made is we've never ever made, Rice Krispie treat, wreaths. Everybody makes theirs, they're so good, but we've
Oh,
never made those, have you?
I don't think that we've ever made those.
That's like a thing with the Red Hots for the little berries.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I've seen 'em, but I don't think we've ever made 'em.
We
I
never either.
really enjoy making, chocolate dipped
Chocolate chip
pretzels.
cookies. No, I'm
No,
kidding.
chocolate chip cookies, but also chocolate dipped pretzels. Those
Ooh.
are really good.
Ooh,
And then
those
roll them in, like, sprinkles and stuff. Those are delicious
Yum.
and easy to make and
Okay,
messy.
everybody share go on our Facebook page and share your favorite Christmas cookie recipe,
Yes, that
and
would be
I'll
fun.
see if my, family will let me veer from the tradition.
Now, will they let you share your recipes, or are those, like, top
Oh,
secret
totally, we can no,
vanilla?
you can share them because
Oh,
I mean, I highly doubt my grandma invented the recipe,
ri
right? I mean, maybe she did, but
Probably did.
I
This
always
you're
laugh.
gonna give away the family secret,
I
and
know. Oh
oh
my
my goodness.
Yeah, we
Okay,
share the recipe. Do you share your chocolate chip cookie recipe?
I do. It's called Nestlé.
It's on the back of the package.
On the back of the package. Actually, okay, this is weird. I think the best chocolate chip cookie recipe is on the back of the Walmart brand chocolate chip cookies. Is that
What?
weird? Yeah,
No,
I like it
I'm
better
gonna
than the
try
Nestle
them.
Crunch. Yeah,
Okay,
not
I'm
Nestle Crunch, but the
actually
Nestle. Yeah, it's
writing
good.
that down.
It's delicious. The great value
The
chocolate
great
chips.
value chocolate chip recipe. I wonder what's different about it.
I don't know. It's good though.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
okay. All right. What does Christmas Eve and Christmas Day look like for your family?
Ooh, Christmas Eve is appetizer night. Everybody brings appetizers, and we do
When you say
appetizers.
everybody, family, friends,
So
who?
family. We mostly just do, like, my mom and dad, and so we do, like, close family, and then we go to church that evening,
Okay.
and then Christmas morning, we get up and just our immediate family, so just Jesse, myself, and our kids do our little morning and open presents, and then my mom and dad, and oftentimes my brother and, they all come over that morning, and then we'll do their presents, and we always make these sticky bun things,
Uh-huh.
and I don't remember what else I make, 'cause that's the only thing that really matters is sticky
Right.
buns. And then we just hang out all day.
Nice.
And then we always do Christmas with Jesse's family on New Year's. So
Okay.
then the next weekend, we all get together with that whole side of the family and do Christmas again.
So fun.
Yeah, and we open presents in the morning because I it's the only right way to do things. But that's just my opinion. Okay, tell me about your family
I
Christmas Eve,
will. I
Christmas Day.
will after we take a quick break.
Ooh, okay.
What we do at IEW is break through the noise of the grammar and the writing prompts, and we say, this is what you do, step by step. And I've witnessed it over and over again, both watching Andrew teach and hearing from parents, this is the best writing program. We've made it so easy and made it really affordable. So any mom can teach writing to their children using our course, and we guarantee it.
To try 3 weeks of free lessons, visit IEW.com. We are back, and we were just talking about fun Christmas traditions and things that our families do. And we would love to know about traditions that you and your family have as well. So feel free to send those to us, podcast@schoolhouserocked.com. And or you can post those on our Schoolhouse Rocked page. We'll try to put a post up on Christmas
Yeah.
Eve.
So are your Christmas traditions okay, here's a question. We just read this really fun picture book, and there was a really neat tradition in it that my kids are like, "We're gonna do that with our family someday." And we got to talking about how, like, some of our family traditions, some were from Jesse's family, some were from my family, and some are
Right.
our own new ones. So are your family, you, Garrett, and the girls, are those family traditions like a blend of each of yours, or did you just kinda come up with your own?
Um, no, we came up with our own,
Okay.
pretty much in every way. But holidays in general were very, very different for our families growing up. I come from a very big family. I have like 28 cousins,
Oh
first
my
cousins.
goodness.
Yeah, I have a huge family. And my
Wow.
sister and I are among the oldest of all of the cousins on both sides of my family. My dad's side and my mom's side. And so family gatherings for us, holiday gatherings were always really big and super
Wow.
crazy and chaotic and lots of kids running. Like I literally
Did you
remember
love that?
I loved it, and I
Oh.
remember my cousins, like, running in circles around my aunt's house, and I remember the year, my cousin got rollerblades, and he was rollerblading up and down the street, and,
I
like, rollerblades
love
were, like, the new
this.
thing,
Totally.
and, my aunt would make this green Jello salad. It was, like, green it's like lime Jello with whipped cream and, I don't know, pineapple and some other stuff,
That's like
and
a Midwestern Lutheran thing.
oh, man, I could eat it by the bowlful, like, it's so good, it's still one of my favorite
That's
things,
funny.
um, and so, like, there were just things like that, and so we had very, very big family gatherings, lots of fun, and,
Oh,
you know, sometimes drama, but that was okay because that's just ho our
part of it.
family. Yeah.
Totally.
Garrett comes from a very, very small family, so he has his mom is an only child, and his dad has 1 brother who's married but never had children, and so he has no cousins.
Oh,
Not even one. Isn't that crazy?
that is
And
like polar
it is
opposite.
polar opposite, and
Wow.
so their holiday gatherings were very small
Quiet.
and just quiet, and
Right.
they didn't do a whole like, it was just
Chill.
chill. Like, you prepare the food, you sit and eat the food, you
And
clean
then
up
that's
the
it.
food, and that's kind of it. Um, and so now we typically play games, like, that's kind of our thing with whenever
Okay.
we get together with our family is, we do the food thing and all that, and then we're kind of a game family anyway on both sides, and
Oh,
so we seems like every year somebody typically has a new game.
right.
Last year it was Code Names. Have you played Code Names?
No, I'm writing it down because we always need new games.
Oh, it's so fun. It's like one of my favorite games. So we
You know
got
what?
Code
We
Names.
get our kids a new game every
Yeah.
Christmas, and so I haven't picked one out yet this year. I'm looking up code
Okay,
names.
that's a really good one. Code
Okay.
Names is great. Ticket to Ride is another really fun one that we got last year. My girls got that actually from my dad for Christmas, and that's a really, really fun game. I love it.
Okay. Doesn't it
Uh,
take forever? I feel like we played it
no,
once and it was, like, all night long.
it's not all night, but it does take a long time. Like, it's
Okay.
way longer than
And you
Uno,
have to,
but
like,
not as
think
long as
deeply,
Monopoly.
right? You have to, like, think deeply for Ticket to Ride, right? It's not like a wild and crazy fun game, it's more of, like, a thinking game.
Yeah, it's more of a thing. It's strategy. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
it's like
Jesse
little.
would like that, and I wouldn't. He likes games that have a purpose and a point and a strategy.
Okay, but typically, I'll tell you, I do not like strategy games either,
Okay,
but I really love Ticket to Ride. It's really fun, but
okay.
I really like Code Names. The other game we got last year for Christmas is called Things,
Oh my goodness,
and
I can write all these down.
that one's a really fun game, but that one's only fun if you play with a bigger group of people. Like, you can't play Things really with 4 people. You have to
Okay,
play it with, like, 8 people,
okay.
maybe 6. But yeah, it's really fun. You like, there's little cards, and each card, everyone has to write down, like, things you wouldn't say to your neighbor,
Oh,
or
fun.
things you, wouldn't I can't even think, things you would never say to your mother-in-law, things like
I
that. So
love
so it's
those
called
kinds
things,
of games.
and it's hilarious if you
Ugh,
play with a fun group of people.
okay.
It's really fun, so that's a fun one too. But yeah, games are fun because it brings people together,
Yep,
and you can kind of let down and just kind of be who
totally.
you are and not have to. I don't know. They're just fun. I think games are
I
fun. What
agree,
are some
I
of your
agree.
favorites?
So this is where so ice cream flavors and games are, like, the 2 marriage areas where we don't always see eye to eye. 'Cause, like, he likes Rocky Road, which is super gross, because why would you put marshmallows in ice cream? But,
Oh, I love Rocky
I
Road.
digress. So, games, Jesse's one of those guys that is like, "Is there a purpose? Am I gonna get smarter at the end of this game? Like, am I using my brain and avoiding, like, Alzheimer's because I'm using my brain? Or
Same.
is this just pointless and another opportunity for you to be talking?" I'm like where I like the games where, like, you're laughing so hard, you can't even
Yes.
contain yourself,
Yep. Yep.
and where you just come up with crazy things. Like, if you asked me, like, "Okay, name 5 things you wouldn't say to your neighbor," I would love that, and Jesse would be like, "Well, it depends what neighbor. Well, it depends what time of year. Well, it depends what we're talking about,"
Yes, I
right?
analyze it.
Like, okay, there it is. He's an overanalyzer. So, games can be a challenge in our house, um, yet they can be really fun. So, those are the different kinds of games I like. So, I'm excited about code names and things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm writing them down.
And Ticket to Ride. I
And
think you
Ticket
would
to
like
Ride.
Ticket to
He
Ride.
would like Ticket to Ride, though, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Code Names is a thinking game too,
Oh, it is?
but it's fun.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
it's a fun one. Anyway, yeah,
That's so fun.
good times, good times. I love it. Um, so let me ask you, okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing right now through the week of Christmas to point your kids towards Jesus?
So, right now, Christmas Eve day so this whole week to point my kids to Jesus.
Yeah, for the whole
Well,
week of Christmas. And
okay,
I mean, like,
right,
think through, I shouldn't say just the week of Christmas, like, through the month of December, what have you done, and how do you, when Christmas Day comes,
right.
how do you keep Christmas focused on Jesus and not focused on the food and the presents and
Okay.
all of the worldly
Thing
ideas of
right.
Christmas?
Well, one thing that we did this year because I have a 6-year-old and 6 is that age where they're kinda making sense of things.
Mhm.
And this year, I've really pointed out what is tradition that we just do as people and what is actual what Christmas is about in the Bible. Because she would ask a lot of questions like, do we do this because this is like a biblical thing, And
Right.
so we do a lot of like Christmas around the world. Like honestly, the Christmas tree is just something we do that's fun and traditional. There's nothing wrong with that. but it isn't, and here's the story of Christ and why we do Christmas. So I think this year we've really been focusing on that just because she's that age where, I just really want her to differentiate between what really matters and what is just fun. Not saying
Right.
that, the fun things are
Sure.
wrong. They're just fun.
Right.
So, we read through the Christmas story and, we do it all the time and we really focus on a different part of the story each week. Like, for example, we did, the episode on Mary. So we really, we focus on Mary and then we focus on, just different aspects of the Christmas story and help the kids pull stuff out of that.
Mhm.
And one thing Jesse's always diligent about is he will read the Christmas story out of the Bible, at Christmas at the meal, no matter who's there, and I always
Nice.
love that because we always have somebody that doesn't believe, so,
Right. Yeah.
um, but I just think it's constantly pointing your kids to the birth of Christ and ultimately the death and resurrection of Christ, the whole
Yeah.
full circle story of
Yep.
why he came.
Yeah. Yep. Love it.
How about you?
We well, this year for the first time, we're really doing Advent.
Yeah.
And when I say Advent, I don't mean Advent like some people do it. I
Chocolates out of a
right.
paper window?
Yes. Um, but we're reading through an Advent book, and then
Mhm.
I did a podcast with Laura Molatier on Advent right after Thanksgiving, and so we're kind of using some of that stuff and just we've studied through Advent, and then Garrett is taking us through the Christmas story through all four Gospels,
Yes. Oh,
which
cool.
then, of course, ends in the resurrection of
Right.
Jesus. And so it's really fun to compare the Gospels and see, like how do they start out? Matthew starts out with genealogy,
Right.
and then Luke just jumps right in. Like
Right.
it's so interesting, and and it's so neat to just get the whole story that
Right.
way. And
Right.
so really trying to focus on that, and then gifts are fun, but it's something that I struggle with because I feel like I don't really care about the gifts.
Right.
It's nice to get them and it's nice to give them and it's nice to see the joy in my kids' faces when they get, the thing that they were hoping to get.
Right.
But at the same time, like I never want that to take over the meaning of Christmas. And
Right.
so we really work throughout the month to focus on what Christmas is really about.
Right.
And so anyway, that's it. That's what we're doing. We are excited. Abby, thank you for joining me this week. I've loved talking about Mary and her role as the mother of Jesus and her being willing to say yes and to be
Mhm.
submissive to the Lord, to give everything, to give her everything and surrender it all to bring about the birth of the Messiah and the Savior
Yeah.
so that we could have our hope in Christ. I mean, it's just an absolutely amazing, beautiful story. And so, for
Yes.
those listening, if you have not yet read the Christmas story, go and read it. Read it out of the book of Luke. That's probably my favorite of the Gospels, is it because
Mhm.
it really tells the whole story. Read the Christmas story with your kids. Read the real Christmas story out of God's Word, and show them what Christmas really is about, because it's only ever been about Him, and it will
Yeah.
only ever be about Him. So thank you for joining us. You guys have a fantastic Christmas. Abby, Merry Christmas to you and your
Merry
family.
Christmas to you and everybody listening.
Yes, thank you so much. We love you guys. Have a great week, and we will see you back here next week.
Often when I speak and I talk about the need to equip ourselves with a biblical worldview, and I'll mention to my audience that we got to recognize that around 90% of kids from church homes go to the public schools. And in those public schools, in a real sense, secularism, naturalism, atheism is the new religion of that system. The system itself is inherently atheistic because the system itself assumes right up front that you don't need God to explain anything, that you can explain all things, biology, anthropology, astronomy, mathematics, everything without God, without the Bible. That is the religion of humanism, naturalism, atheism. And for so many Christian parents, when we send our kids to that system, they're there for almost 40 hours a week, 9 months out of the year, and they're getting really hit with this atheistic worldview and all the reasons, really, the atheistic worldview must be true, and if that's true, then the Bible can't be true.